Hello. So, I actually saw a video this morning, and um, like it made perfect sense to me, of course, because it sung to me, and what the woman was saying was literally touched on every feeling that I feel. But when when we feel in that state, or when we feel we are ready to say those type of things, 9 times out of 10 we will be in a state that's got us to that stage to be able to say that thing, which means like we're usually agitated, we're very upset, we're feeling very defensive maybe, or feeling very alone, and it can look like we are angry, or it can look like we're upset, or it can look like we're being a big bitch. But in actual fact, we are just, the only time that we can assess those thoughts and those feelings are when we are in them. So if we look at it scientifically, I've said this before, the new phrase for borderline personality disorder was emotionally unstable personality disorder. Now that in itself I have issues with for more than one reason, but let's go for the biggest reason. So the biggest reason I have an issue with that is because it is not emotional and instability. It is not like depression where your chemicals are imbalanced and cannot create the chemicals that you need. It is not that. This is a taught behaviour. This is a learnt behaviour. Yeah, this is literally a disorder that we learn as children to take on. Nothing else. It's not about imbalances. It's not about that. That is why there are no prescriptions for borderline personality. That is why there are no cures for borderline personality disorder, because it is literally a taught disorder. During your childhood, if you've gone through such a traumatic time in which you are in a family where you feel you should belong, and that family is making you feel like you don't belong, and is constantly reinforcing those thoughts that you don't belong there because you are different and you don't think the way they think, you will grow up believing that. That is not an imbalance. That is learnt behaviour. Right? So, again, for me, I think the biggest trigger is currently the Let's Be Kind movement. And this is what kind of brought it up, because she had mentioned it herself. So I understand where this Be Kind movement is coming from, and I understand what people are trying to achieve with this Be Kind movement. But what people aren't understanding is how triggering and how fake that Be Kind movement can be, especially for someone with mental health difficulties, because you're walking around being all nice and all cheery. Hi, how are you doing? And we've got to just go, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm fine. We have to lie every time. Every time we have to lie, because you don't actually want to hear what is going on. You don't actually want to see those issues come out or be projected. You don't actually want to hear about how we are so emotionally inept that we feel everything at 200%, including suicidal thoughts. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to see that. But you're still asking, hey, you okay? So we have to go, yeah, sure, I'm fine. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm okay. Because we have no other choice. So let's say we didn't do that. Let's put it into examples, as I like to do so much. We're going to put this one into examples. So here we go. I did actually take a few notes for this one because the woman made some really good points. So I did take a few of her notes as well. So say someone walks up to me and I said, oh, hi, how are you? How are you feeling today? And I had to turn around and said, oh, it took me about half an hour to get out of bed this morning because I was so deep in depression that I genuinely just wanted to slit my own wrists, even though I knew I had to get up for 2 children, get them ready for school, make breakfast, and actually get on with my day, even though I don't actually want to be into this day. As much as I love my children, I don't want to be a mother right now. I'm in that deep state of depression that I just can't cope, and it took me half an hour to get out of bed. And then even when I did get out of bed, I couldn't even be asked washing my hair, brushing my teeth, or getting dressed. Do you really want to hear that? You don't, do you? No. Let's go again. So how about, okay, um, if we was say in a room full of friends, and that room full of friends are literally telling us how much they love us, and they just want to know we're okay. So, and they are coming out and it's like, hi, you all right? Is everything okay? And you're going, and you would turn around and you'd be like, no, I'm not. I feel completely alone. I feel absolutely and utterly completely alone because I feel so abandoned just at that slight change of voice, because someone texted me yesterday but they've not texted me today. So now I'm wondering if it's something that I've done wrong, even though I've not actually done something wrong, and I know I've not actually done something wrong, and I know it is probably them just actually getting on with their lives. I am still thinking that I have done something wrong, and now I feel abandoned and I feel alone and I feel like I've got no one to turn to, and I feel so absolutely devastated that I can't cope, and I feel so alone and scared, and I don't know what to do. What do I do? I'm scared. Help. What do I do? Where do I turn? Who can I look to? I'm alone. What do I do? I'm so alone. Do you want to hear that? No, you don't. And I have actually had this before, don't get me wrong. And as people, again, yes, not everyone has the capacity to understand and hear that, which is okay. But if you are walking up to that person, asking them these things, but not wanting to hear that answer, that is not okay. Because what you are then doing is reinforcing those thoughts, those feelings, and those opinions that we're already so deeply in, because it is quite literally a deep state of getting into those thoughts and feelings. Like I say, we feel everything at like a 200 percentage, not just a little bit, at 200%. We feel it all. That slight change in tone can go from, like, if, say for example, if I just go to touch something and someone will be like, no, they may just have done it because it's fast, or need to make sure I don't hurt myself, something like that. Doesn't matter. In my head, I'm gone. Oh shit, I've done something really bad there. Oh my god, I've really upset them. I've really angered them. Oh my god, what have I done? Oh my god, I'm so horrible. I'm so ridiculous. Why have I done this? And then there's times, like I say, when people will ask, and you kind of, you do express yourself, or you do overflow like that, and there are those times, and we we will sort of release some of those thoughts and feelings. And when we do release these thoughts and feelings, again, because we feel them so badly and so deeply, and they are just simply overflowing, that um, we cannot take ourselves out of these feelings as well. Bear in mind, we literally cannot take ourselves out of these feelings. We do not remember what any other feelings feel like other than this one feeling right now, because that is how much we feel it. Nothing else. We can't feel anything else. That is all we feel, and all we simply have to do is ride it out. We cannot change it, we cannot stop it, we cannot do anything but ride it out. We have to feel that feeling whether we want to or not, until it has finished its course. We have no choice, no methods to stop it. Once it's in there, and we have to feel it. It doesn't stop. We can't just go, oh, hang on, I'm really mad right now, I'm just going to put a pause on that and I'm going to go and deal with this. No, that's it. We are mad, we're angry, and we cannot know any other feeling but anger until that anger is finished. it has to run its own course. And then after that, we come out of that because we've got these feelings, and because we felt like we come out, and we feel so guilty. We feel so ashamed. And what doesn't help is, again, those people that are going, oh, you're okay, but not actually meaning it. They've had all this just come at them, and they're going to look at you and go, oh, well, like, well, I don't really know what to say to that. Oh, well, that's really hurtful. I don't really want to hear that. Or, oh, well, you're just going to have to snap out of it. Or, oh, well, it's not just an excuse. No, it's none of those things. We literally just cannot help it. That is how we function. And it won't stop. We can't stop it. You can't stop it. No one can stop it. We could be in a room full of people telling us they love us non-stop. We could be sat on the floor surrounded by people saying, I love you, Lara. I love you. Come back to us. I love you. Doesn't matter. Once that feeling's taken over us, it becomes so, we become so engulfed in it that we cannot feel or hear anything else. And someone describes it like, like if you go into a panic attack and someone walks up to you and it's like, oh, it's okay, just stay calm. Are you going to get calm? Are you going to calm down? You're not, are you? You're in such a deep state of panic. You've had this panic attack that you can't stop. No one's going to be able to calm that down, especially by saying the words, oh, can you not just calm down? So one of the coping mechanisms, I suppose, one of the coping mechanisms I used, and when after seeing her, realising she also used, is disassociation. So this is kind of, again, becomes very difficult because for someone to feel feelings so easily and so well and to give off that love so easily, when you become disassociated, people start looking at you as though you don't care, you're just being a bitch, you're angry, you're upset. Actually, we're none of those things. Well, none of it. We have to disassociate ourselves because people don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. So we disassociate ourselves so that we can function in normal society. And yes, it may seem bitchy, and yes, I get a lot, like I used to get a lot, like, you sound angry. I was like, I'm not angry, I'm just talking. Like, probably now people might be looking at this like, you sound angry. I'm not angry, I'm just talking. But because I'm so I have to disassociate myself to keep those feelings back from the outside world, this is the only way I can talk, basically. And yes, it may seem emotionless, and yes, it may seem angry or bitchy, but in actual fact, it is just a coping mechanism. That is all it is. It's the only way we know how to cope. Otherwise, we would literally be going around spewing all these thoughts and all these emotions that you don't want to hear and you don't want to see. So, like, say, if you are walking around and you're telling people, you're telling me, I'm going to be kind today, so I'm going to go out, I'm going to go and ask someone how they're doing. And you're going around and you're saying to people, sorry, not telling people, you're saying to people, oh, how are you? And you don't mean it. What you're actually doing is triggering them, especially someone with mental health issues. You are triggering them. This is why I'm not, as much as I understand what it is trying to do, I am not a fan of this Be Kind movement. I'm not gonna lie, I know, right, unpopular opinion, but I'm not, because it's fake and it's triggering. especially for the people that it's supposed to be helping, for people with mental health issues, because it's not real. They don't actually want to know how you're feeling. It's just a phrase. Sorry, baby woke up. Hello. So, yes, as I was saying, they can be triggering. And like I say, I did write a few notes, I'm not going to lie, just to try and sort of point out a few of the points that she made. Because again, I think normal society sometimes feel like we're having a go. It's not about having a go, it's just that it's not until we're in that state or we're in that emotion that we can understand or feel these things and tell people these things. So it is difficult to tell someone this on a calm basis, I suppose. So I kind of wanted to come and try and be the calm voice. But again, as a coping mechanism, because I kind of dissociate myself. What you want? What we want? Want penguin? Penguin? Yeah. Okay. I'll get penguin. 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 No. Oh, no? Oh, Kit Kat. You want Kit Kat? Yes. Kit Kat. Where's Kit Kat? So yeah. So like I say, then when we do kind of release bits of ourselves, we then get told how people don't want to be around us. Oh, baby. Which, again, as understandable as it can seem, yes, you don't want to be around that emotional behaviour maybe, but neither do we. We find it really difficult every day, every second of every day. We are fighting thousands, if not millions of emotions. Oh, we stuck. What's that? Every day we are fighting these thousands, millions of emotions and trying to coincide with a normal society and look like a normal person and not overshare all these thoughts, feelings and emotions so that people actually want to be around us. Because again, that childhood trauma has made us feel so alone and so different and so abandoned and so just like it's like it reinforces that trauma every time, not only by other people telling you that you don't want to be, people don't want to be around you, but by yourself also. You reinforce that trauma because you're listening to that and you also don't want to be around you. You also don't want to have to go through this every day. You don't want to feel emotions so dark and deep that you want to end your life. You don't want to be this way. But we have no choice because that's who we are. We literally have no choice. It will always be this way. As I say, there's no cure. There's no medication for it. I know some people, like the girl that I'm talking about from this morning, she's on 7 different types of medication for this. Because it is that difficult for her to deal with. 7 different types of medication, because there is no medication that can actually help her. There's no one medication. There's no medication. It's not that there's just not one medication. There's no medication. So she has to fight every part of the borderline personality disorder, which again can come into many different traits, as I've said before: PTSD traits, narcissistic traits, depression, things like this. We ultimately just feel it all. And You know, we don't want to be around that either. We don't want to be constantly battling ourselves. So yes, I do get it in a sense, but at the same time, again, if you're asking someone, "Oh, how you doing?" and then telling them, "Oh, well, I don't want to be around that," you've actually caused that situation. You not only triggered them, but you've reinforced that behaviour. So my point is, like I say, I'm not angry about it or anything like that. Not angry, are we, baby? No, you cutie pie. You the cutie pie. I'm not there like angry about this behaviour, but things like, you know, oh, you've been a drama queen as well. That's one I got a lot. Oh, that didn't happen like that. That's just, it's not being kind. It's not. So I just think as well, like, next time you want no, I do get as much as like you want to be kind, but maybe next time you want to be kind, instead of being kind, just be more realistic. You know, we don't have to be like, oh, we don't have to be going around going, hi, how are you doing to everyone? Because not all of us have the capacity to be able to deal with how they're actually feeling. And the majority of people don't want to hear what we are actually feeling. Let's face it now. And then it kind of becomes followed by this complete guilt and shame of the feelings, of the way we are, of ourselves. And it pushes us deeper and deeper into those thoughts of, well, this world is just better off without me then, isn't it? And we can't help that. We can't stop that. And you are reinforcing that by being kind. Again, I know, unpopular opinion, but I just think instead of the trying to be kind, just be real. If you can't process what someone's going through, you don't have to say, hi, how are you? Just say hello, have a nice day, or I hope you have a good day. Or, hello, I hope you have the best possible day you can. Or, hello, I hope your day gets better, if they've got a sad look on their face, you know? Not these, oh, smile, love, it might never happen. No. Just no. No. 9 times out of 10, mate, it's already happened, otherwise I wouldn't have this look on my face. That, yeah, let's not go there. But anyway, I do think if we want to be kind instead of being kind, we should just be real. Just say hi, get on with your day. Hi, bye. You don't have to ask how they're doing. We don't have to put this fake positivity on things. This is real life, people. Inside and out. It's all real. Isn't it, baby? Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go play for a while before we go pick up the other one. And as I say, if you don't want to know, just don't ask. Just say hi and get on with your day. That's fine. You don't have to ask. We don't need you to ask. Most of us have already been dealing with this for such a long time. We've got used to it. And giving out that information just kind of makes it worse sometimes, because then everyone's looking at you like, oh God, like, you're overly emotional, aren't you? Or you're a drama queen, aren't you? Or that's just an excuse, really, isn't it? No. This is me. These are my feelings. And they can't change. This is literally what I have been made to be. So I can't, as much as I try, I cannot change it. Our perception of the world is very black and white. It is very black and white. We cannot see those grey areas that normal people would see. We're not good with grey areas because we don't understand them. It's either all good or it's all bad. There's no in between, because that is how intense our feelings are. Wow. Now, I did many things. I did many things, obviously, to combat this through the years. And I have learned these symptoms, these illnesses inside and out. I've learned from other people. I've learned from science, taking classes and things like that. So even with like the 30 years of experience that I have being this way, of learning about this and of experiencing this firsthand, even now, I struggle with it. Yes, I coincide with it. And I don't know if there are others out there that do coincide with it. I'm not sure. But from what I've seen and from people I've met with my condition, it's so difficult. And I am actually one of the lucky few that have been able to coincide with it. So this is controlled, this is understood, and this is accepted personally. Even though I may feel abandoned at times still, and even though I may feel alone at times still, and even though I may feel like there's no one to turn to. Oops. It's okay. I do accept it, and I accept that that's who I am. But you have to realise that it's not a condition that can be so easily changed. Not with medicine, not with anything. It is a learnt condition. If you are taught that you do not belong in a place where you are supposed to belong, what else are you going to know? Especially if you've been taught that from a very, very, very young age. You will never know anything else. It's took me a lot to get to where I am today, a hell of a lot. And it's took a lot of bad things happening to me to be where I am today. And people will always say, like, how can you just smile like that? How are you always smiling? You're always smiling. That's because if I don't smile, and if I don't look at the love and the happiness that's in this world, and if I don't search for those good things, then I will literally want to die. That's not me being dramatic. That's not me being a drama queen. That's not me making excuses. And that's not me trying to be a bitch. That is the reality in our heads. We don't want to be a person anymore. We don't want to exist. So if I stop looking for those good things, I no longer want to exist. I am very lucky. I have 2 very perfectly good things in my life every day that keep me going. Every single day. I know it. And the juice? Yes. Yes, okay. I am very lucky. And yes, they may test me. And yes, sometimes they can be the cause, because sometimes you can have arguments with your children as well. Like with my oldest, we've struggled quite a lot lately, just because obviously he's very similar to me, because children learn their mannerisms from their parents. Where else are they supposed to learn it? They learn their mannerisms from their parents, and I am pretty much the only parent that's been in his life consistently. Silly Billy. So he is very much like me, and he is very much a people pleaser, so that he doesn't have to share those feelings because he's scared of what those feelings will bring, or he's scared of what people may think about those feelings, like we are with borderline personality disorder, because he has seen how I act. I have not, like, I've tried really hard not to push myself onto him. I tell him every day how much I love him, how much he means to me. We had an incident in school yesterday where he snapped and lashed out, and I went in and I went and dealt with it. The school was not very happy with me, but I knew that I had to deal with it there and then, and I knew how it had to be dealt with, because I have done all this, because I have been learning all this, because quite simply, I don't want my child to grow up feeling like he doesn't belong, or that he has nowhere to turn, or that he has no one to listen to him, or to hear him, or to see him. I don't want that for my child. And I will never, ever, ever allow my child to feel that way. So if I can do this now and ensure he grows up healthy, gorgeous boy, then it's worth it. It's worth every second. It's worth every embarrassing video. It's worth every bitchy video. And it's worth every complaint that I get at me for it. Oh. No, anyway, I will leave it there. And I will go do the monster. And I will love you and leave you. Thank you so much for listening. If you're going to take anything from this, fuck being kind. Just be real. That's all we're asking. Just be real. That's all we want. But yeah, thank you so much. Mwah. Love you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.